Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Dior, and this is Middara. We're now on the final encounter for the two-skull bounty, the Blighted Terror. Um, like I mentioned before, I don't expect to win this one. Even with on my personal playthrough, I had third-tier disciplines already because I did the other side quest first, which meant I had access to third-tier summons and all sorts of other things. I had better equipment, more consumables, better fighters. Also, actually, I take that back. I didn't have third tier summons on my personal playthrough because I went without summons, which definitely changes the difficulty to say the least. Um, and I still only won by taking some mulligans just to see if it was even possible to actually win the fight with certain positioning. And even then, that fight was with where it was bugged and we had regular animates and not Eldritch animates. So yeah, this is we're pretty undergeared and underprepared for this particular fight. That being said, I'm hoping to at least get a few kills just to get some more drops. I mean, there are 15 cards left, and we have yet to get a single item. If I can get at least one item, I'll be happy. But even then, even if we don't, we still get a little bit more gold. So Eldritch Animates are not supposed to even encounter until Uncommon. Yeah, you're not even supposed to encounter these until Uncommon tier, so these are stronger than what we should be fighting. And then the Blighted Terror himself is kind of a... He only has 60 HP, but there's definitely more to this boss. The good news is he's unarmored, so if I can get in range to shoot him, that'll be fine. Right now I can't get line of sight of him anyway, because you can only get line of sight on higher elevations when they're on the edge of the elevation. So for right now, we don't really need to worry about it. Alright, everything should be distributed as appropriate. Everyone who was down or damaged beyond half are now at half. Everything else seems to be fine. We need to change this back to 3. Okay, I think we're good to go. Let's go ahead and just... I need to add animates to the board. In fact, I need to add the Blight to the board as well. We'll just use a Blighted Guardian, which is what this monster's based off of. Blighted Guardian. And there's Animate. Because yeah, when I pulled it out from the hidden deck, it didn't include a card. I mean, it's very similar to a Blighted Guardian. It just has a lot more hit points, more defense, and has much longer range than a standard Blighted Guardian. Alright, let's go ahead and hit reset. Let's see what happens. Blighted Guardian goes first. This should be pretty easy. There's no one adjacent. There's no one with an SOI. And it cannot move and attack someone within range 6 with its movement. It has a movement of 4, so I can get to right here. And from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So essentially its range is about here. Give or take. So it's about there. So he has a lot of coverage. That takes care of Blighted Terror. It goes to Nightingale. Not much I really want to do with Nightingale just yet. The animates go last, so that's a thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So if I move to there, I can shoot the animate. Problem is I can't reliably. This thing heals for 4 per turn, so I kind of want to wait and let everything just come to us. It's not the best option, but it's kind of my only option. So yeah, I'll go ahead and pass turn with Nightingale for now, and we'll just see what the animates do first. Zeke. I think is going to be kind of in the same boat for now. So yeah, I'll go ahead and just wait with Zeke. I'm not going to draw any items just yet. Actually, what I can do with Zeke is buff. That is something I can do. So let's get a barrier and haste up and running. We'll get the barrier on Rook, and as well and a haste. I mean, even with a green and a red die, he's kind of our best option for damage. And then let's get our 2 heal tokens. I haven't decided which character I want to put it on yet, so I'll hold on to it for now. Alright, that takes care of him. Goes to Rook. Rook will just stay in place for now. Yeah, he can stay in place for now. And then Remy, same thing, will just stay in place. And then Elifie will actually take a point of damage to go ahead and apply a barrier on herself. Alright, now it goes to animates. So nothing adjacent, they have no damage to heal, no one with an SOI. It has movement 6, so it should be able to get in range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Alright. It's going to prioritize highest initiative, which was Rook. Rook will go ahead and spend a stamina to dodge. Alright, nothing. Alright, green and red. 12 is a hit. It's going to do base 1 damage. Correction, base 2 damage because he only has 10 defense. So base 2 damage, every shield is 1 physical, every starburst is 2 physical. So 2, 3 damage, it plinks against his armor to 5, does no damage. But he hit, and that will trigger Chains of Perdition, so he's going to make a second attack. I will not dodge this one. Alright, second one hits. Base damage 1 plus 1 from shield, 2 damage, does 0. Alright, the second one is also going to go ahead and move in. 1, 2, 3. And it's going to attack Elifie. Elifie has Nimble, so it's going to trigger that first. Alright, 2 shields plus 1 from Nimble. And Elifie has 11 defense, so that's going to be a total of 14 defense. Against 14, so it does hit. It's going to do 2 physical because of the 2 shields. She has 1 armor, so it's going to do 1 damage. Then it's going to make a follow-up attack because of Chains of Perdition, so she is going to spend a stamina to go ahead and attempt to dodge. This one will not have the +1. Got 4, so she's up to 15 defense now, which narrowly avoids that attack. Okay, goes to next round. Alright, Rook goes first. So I have a few options of what directions I could target. I think I'm going to go ahead and target... Yeah, there's not really either way. It's going to be blocking Nightingale one way or the other. So Rook will go ahead and do... what's it called? Courage Stifle. So get my stamina, spend 2. We're just gonna do these raw because he doesn't actually have a lot of hit points. Actually, you know what? We'll empower using the Warhammer. All right, 4 plus the 1 book is 5, plus 6 is 11. All right, fails the save, so it's going to take 10 damage. Alright, and then I'll take 1 more. This one will not be empowered. 8 plus 6 is 14. 9, 4, 13 barely. Alright, so we still hit it for another 10 damage. Alright, and that's it for him. Nothing else of note. Goes to Nightingale. Nightingale gets her stamina. She didn't spend any last round. She's going to go ahead and spend 2 to do Down the Masses. She's targeting both animates. She has it in move, so she will get +1 to her attack. The red one has not done any damage. The purple one has. Not enough to trigger Wilt or anything like that, but it will get +2. So I'll start with the red one first. They are both within range of Elifie, so that 3 armor is now only 1 armor, which still will prevent her from using the arrows, unfortunately, but it's better than nothing. So let's go ahead and for the first shot, I'm actually going to go ahead and spend a stamina point to empower it on the red animate. Alright, So these things have 13 defense. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is re-roll the 3 and see what I get. Alright, got a 6, and then I'm going to use Kill the Messenger on the 2, which is the lowest value, and turn it into the highest value. So that's 14 plus 1 for not moving, minus 1 for shooting through an ally. So the total is 14 against 13. So it's going to be base 1 damage, 2 from the Starburst, 8 because of the 5 shields. So I'm at 8. So yeah, 8 damage so far. 10, 12, minus 1 from the armor, so 11 damage in total, which is enough to kill it. Alright. I'm so glad. Like, I think in my personal playthrough, I had a lot of bad luck with Rook's Courage Stifle. Alright, draw card. 9 gold. Alright. I technically have a few opportunities to get more loot, but these first two animates are at least mostly guaranteed. I feel like I can probably take them on. Getting a kill on the Blight, on the other hand, is not something I'm super confident in right now. So we're at 168 gold. All right, second shot will go on the purple animate. I will not empower. Alright, 10 is a miss. I will go ahead and use a lining machine to exhaust and make it a follow-up attack. Alright, so 13. Am I shooting through an ally? I am not, so I get +1. So the total is 14, which is enough to hit the defense of 13. Unfortunately, that's pretty much it. I didn't empower it, so it's going to do a whopping... was it 13-1? I do get +2 because of Bearer of Justice. This one did do damage. So 13-14 minus 13 defense. So 1 damage base and then +2 from Bearer of Justice. Minus 1 from armor. So it does 2 damage. That's it. I'm not going to use any fight drives or anything like that. I'm good to go on that front. Goes to Elifie next. Elifie will get 3 stamina. Then she is going to go ahead and exhaust her gore shot and shoot the thing. Fortunately, it backlashed on her, and she'll take 3 irreducible damage. Besides that, I think I will attempt the jump. She has 5 agility. Remy has 4 strength, so that's 9. So I can roll. I'm going to jump directly across. I might have failed that. Alright, so that is a total of 4, plus 5 from agility would bring it to 9, and then Remy brings it up to 13. That's actually a pass. You need 12 to jump 2 spaces. It's 10 to jump across 1. Alright, so spend that, and then I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to attack. I do auto-empower because of the talisman that Remy has. Unfortunately, she has missed. Alright. That is it for that. It goes to Animate. Animate will heal for 4, so he's back to full. He's then going to attack opponent that's adjacent. I will need to borrow a black die because he does get to empower his first melee strike. Elifie is the one that's adjacent, so we'll go ahead and trigger Nimble. Alright, so 1 plus 1 added to our 11, so 13 in total. Roll this, we'll roll that on top of it. Okay, it misses. I'm going to go ahead and spend my last stamina to counter. And fail miserably. And then it's going to move away 2 spaces. Without provoking break attacks. And that's it for it. Goes to Zeke. Zeke will go here. Zeke is going to 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to jump from here to there. So get a bonus from Remy there. So these rolls plus 8. Alright, so that's a total of 15. The 8 is, of course, from his 4 agility and Remy's 4 strength. So I make the jump. I'm then going to go ahead and start throwing shit at it. So I'm going to roll these 2 orange dice. It's going to be -1 to each of them because of the armor. Alright, 8, so 6 in total. And then he's going to do some swapping. For the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to do this and flip everything over. I will be throwing the axes and then swapping back to the other weapons, because they do more damage. So, just going to roll these. So 10 in total, minus 1 to each of them, so that's 8 in total. So 14 damage. And then I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, draw. Okay. And then these will just go in the pack. So one of these, this is another common consumable. Phase tokens. Discard to warp to any unoccupied space with an SOI. Very, very useful. Alright, they're just going to go in the pack, because he has a pack size of 9. Alright, so I moved. That was my thing. Oh wait, I was at 5 stamina, because I didn't move last round. Spent 1 to move. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 and do mage armor and all that. So let's do haste on who's within 4. Remy and Nightingale. You know what? It's going to go. Both of it's going to go to Nightingale, because she's going to be the one that has to deal with the Blight in a second. All right, goes to Blight's turn. Same thing. He's out of range. He won't be able to get in range. Goes to Remy next. So Remy is going to go. Boop. She's going to fly. I don't think this chamber has. This chamber does not have any low ceilings or anything like that, so she can fly. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. And then she's going to attack. It's auto-empowered because of her talisman. Alright, 15 in total against 13 defense. It's not in any difficult terrain or anything. So that's 2. Base 2 physical damage. Plus 2 from the shield, so 4 physical damage. It's going to go down to 3 physical damage because of the armor. And then another 3 magic damage from books, because every 2 gives you 1, so that's 6 damage in total. And then plus 2 from the starburst is 8 in total. So 6 magic. It was 6 magic. Let me do that again. I apologize. I lost my train of thought. So 15 attack versus 13 defense is 2 physical. Another 2 brings up to 4 physical. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 5. Essentially 5 magic. So it's 4 physical, 5 magic. There's 1 armor, so it's going to be 3 physical, 5 magic for a total of 8 damage. Alright. 22. And that is it for her. And that is it for the round. Alright, goes to Nightingale. Nightingale has to move. So we'll move you here for now, and then take a shot. We will empower the shot. Alright, I'm going to reroll the 3. Okay, 7. Then I'm going to use Kill the Messenger to take this lowest result. If you want to check to see if it's the lowest result, if you mouse over a die and hit 1, it'll go to the lowest result. And then, of course, if you go to 6, it'll go to the highest. And then just hit 6 to go to the highest, like that. So 14, minus 1 because I'm shooting through allies. It's 13 versus 13, which is an exact hit. So the base damage is 0. But I have 5 shields, so that's 6 damage automatically from Barrow of Justice. Starburst brings it up to 7. And then I'm going to pop this for 9. And it only has 1 armor thanks to Eliphi, so it's going to do a total of 8 damage, which is enough to kill it. Alright, animates are off the board. Let's go ahead and draw our card. Unique loot, awesome. Okay. So we're at common tier, so I want to go ahead and shuffle this once and draw whatever's on top. Interesting. Alright. So this thing is a Hasten Core. It gives +2 movement and +2 defense, and you can flip it for haste. So the only thing that kind of sucks about it is it's a flip effect. So that means you can only do it once per essentially series of encounters. But +2 movement is pretty beefy. So definitely something I would like to try using in the future. For right now, I'm just going to put it in stash. Or put it in, well, not in stash, but put it in a pack. So, and then that is it for that. That was our turn. Goes to Rook. Not much. So the issue is going to be trying to get Rook across. That's going to be a thing. Pretty much what I have to do is jump past people with high perception on the opposite side to hopefully catch him. It's not the best situation. So anyway, Rook is just going to move. That's all he's going to do for this round. Then it goes to Remy. We're going to go ahead and get her in position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's going to be the plan. Alright. So she's going to move here. You may think you want to go into the center here where there's some defensive terrain. I could advise you that is not a good idea. From experience, it ends up being a very, very bad idea. It helps, you know, in the range war that we're about to have, but it's going to hurt you. You're going to pay for it later. All right. Of course, I haven't tried this method either, so I don't know if it's going to be viable. Elifie. All right. Elifie, what's your perception? You have a perception of 6. What's Zeke's perception? 6. Zeke, you can be the one that keeps watch. Is Zeke going next? Yes, that actually works perfectly. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it for her. Goes to Zeke. So let's go ahead and do some buffs. We're going to put haste on Elifie, barrier on himself, and then moves. He's just going to move there so he can clear our route for the jump. Blighted Terror, same issue, out of range, can't do anything. No urgency yet, because we killed something this round. Alright, also an AI did act before we killed it anyway. Goes to Elifie's turn. Elifie's just going to go to max initiative, or max stamina for the moment. And then it's going to go to Nightingale. Alright, so she's going to move, she's going to jump. Got Rook helping, so it's going to be 5 agility plus 6 strength, so a total of plus 11. I can't fail the check, but I'll roll anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, that's it for her. Goes to Rook, so moment of truth for Rook. He has no agility. He has to make a DC 10 jump check. So spend the 1 stamina to get the move going. We'll go ahead and move him here for posterity, and then okay, he's going to fail it. Anyone that's at the target spot can make a perception check against the DC of the check. So it's DC 10. Zeke is nearby. He has to add his perception to it. Oh my god. That is way too close. So 4 plus 6 is 10. That is enough to catch him. So 1, 2, 3. I don't know if it stops his movement. I honestly don't know if it stops his movement. Give me a moment to find out. Alright. Yeah, it only happens if both checks fail. So I do get to keep moving. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. So that'll use up all of his movement, or some stamina. Goes to Zeke. Zeke will go ahead and get moving. Join the others. It's going to go ahead and buff up Remy with Barrier and Haste. Okay. And then it goes Blighted Terror. Blighted Terror is not going to do anything this round. And then it goes to Remy. I'm going to have Remy go up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I screwed up last round. It could move. That was my bad. So we'll just resolve that. So it has 4 movement. It's able to drop down here. I was comparing to this spot because I'm so used to it. It would have shot at Remy last round. So let's go ahead and do that. Remy would have dodged using too many belts. Okay, so +1, so 12. 13. Nothing special here, it's just going to be raw damage. Every combo of shield and book gives +2 physical damage, so it's going to be 5 damage in total, and this was before she got buffed, so she's actually going to take 4 damage. And then it's going to do another attack, which I will dodge, and I will reroll it using the leather suit. Okay. So this attack was from last round. I'm just resolving it now. 12 versus 14, so it misses. Alright, and then it hit her turn. She would get her stamina. Oops, actually, no, she wouldn't. It hasn't hit her turn yet. Alright, so now for this round, it's going to... there's no one with an SOI. It will go ahead and this round actually, because the reason why I only targeted Remy last round was because she was the only one that was in range, I'm pretty sure. This round is actually going to target Rook. So Rook will actually go ahead and dodge with a stamina point. Alright, 4, so he has 14 armor, or 14 defense, sorry. Versus 16, which definitely hits. So 16. It's going to be 2, base 2 damage, 4 damage, 6 damage. In total, he's only going to take 1 because he has 5 armor. But then the star is going to force him to do a force 12 or get inflicted with a wilt. So 2 white dice. Alright, fails, he's going to get wilted. So wilt is where you take extra damage. You take an extra 2 irreducible when you get hit. Which he's going to attack him again, so I'm going to go ahead and attempt to dodge. Using his last stamina, fail it. And here comes. 13's a hit, so it's going to be base 3 damage, 5 damage, and the armor's going to soak the 5 damage, but the 2 from the wilt is going to come through. Alright? And then it goes to Remy's turn finally. Alright. So originally I was planning on doing a ranged war here, but I think I'm just going to go all out now. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This thing does not have anything that prevents break attacks, so we'll go with that. Now if I fail an attack, I have to check to get diseased or not, so let's hope I don't get diseased. So let's make our attack. Alright, well, that's a 4, which I think is the lowest. Nope, not quite. This thing has 13 defense, so I would have to roll a 7 to actually do anything with this. But I'm going to go ahead and attempt to reroll both dice and see if I can do a little bit better. Not quite. Alright, so it's going to miss. I have to make a conviction check. See if I get diseased. I believe I just did. Yep, I got diseased, so I lose my buffs. go away for a bit. Can't be healed and all that good stuff. Alright, well, since now I have nothing to lose, I'll go ahead and attack again. It's going to be auto-empowered. Alright, 13 exactly, so that is a hit. Base damage is 0, and then I'm going to do 2 physical from the shields, and then another 2 magic from the Starburst brings up to 4, and then 5, 6, 7 damage in total from all the pairs of books. So 7 damage. Alright, that is it for the round, so it's going to go ahead and reset. Alright, goes to Zeke first. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to give himself haste. I think everyone's hasted that can be hasted at this point. Then he's going to go ahead and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. That'll be it for him. Goes to Remy, who's going to get 4 stamina. Actually, only 3 stamina because she is no longer hasted. She'll spend 2 of it to attack. Auto and power because of Talisman. Misses. She's already diseased, so I don't need to make the check. Alright, Blighted Terror. Is there an opponent adjacent? Yes. Make an attack against the adjacent opponent with the most damage, which is her. All adjacent opponents are afflicted with poison and push 2. I should have considered that. Alright, well, she's going to dodge, and hopefully she succeeds, because if not, she's going to die from being pushed into that pit there. Alright, 4, so I have 15. Alright, that's 16. Unless I have a way of forcing a reroll. Do I want to force a reroll? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and use a Demon Voucher. I'm with an SOI of Zeke here. So let's reroll the 9, hopefully do a little bit better. So 14, I have 4 shields, I have 11 defense, so that's 15, that is a miss. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and counterattack by spending 1 stamina here. And miss. And then it's going to move to farther space from opponent. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She'll get her break attack. And miss. Alright, that takes care of all of that. Okay, it goes to Nightingale. Unfortunately, has to play catch up. So spending 1 stamina to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She'll jump across there. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 8. And that puts her in range to shoot. So I had to spend an extra stamina to move. That extra distance. And then I'm going to go ahead and just do a shoot. No. We'll go ahead and empower it. That's fine. Alright. I will go ahead and re-roll the 4 and see if I get better. I did worse. Alright, so I'm going to take the miss and then align machine it. I'll do the infection, take 1 extra damage so I can do the empower for free. And missed still. Next I'll do a fight drive. That's a 12, which is still a miss because it has 13 defense. And then last fight drive. Missed. Alright, well there goes all my luck. Alright, goes to Rook. He is hasted. He's wilted too. Alright, so I'll spend 1 to move. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then he'll spend his last 2 to go ahead and do Courage Stifle. I'll go ahead and empower it. Okay, 5 plus 3 books is 8, plus 6 is 14. 12. Alright, so I do 10 damage to him. Alright, 17 out of 60. Goes to Elifie next. Elifie's going to go ahead and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'll stick with that. Actually, I need to move a little bit closer. So, go there. And then she'll just go a gore shot. Okay, 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 6 is 11. 11, resist it. Alright, new round. Alright, Zeke goes first. Let's get him moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's the strength of your push? It's 2. Okay. So I went 10 spaces. So that means I spent 2 more. And I'll go ahead and attack with 2 orange dice. And miss. I'll now have to do a conviction check. I failed it, so I'm now diseased. Okay. And I used up all of his stamina, so that's it for him. Alright, goes to Blighted Terror, or Blighted Guardian. It's going to go ahead and... Oh, it's Blighted Terror. It's going to go ahead and make an attack. He can't dodge. He doesn't have a dodge available. Alright, that's 17, some X amount of tons of damage. Okay, yeah, that's right. That attack missed earlier. I'm just going to save myself the trouble and use the... Actually, I will flip the Chipped Chitin and reduce all physical damage to 0. I still have to make the conviction check. 11's a fail, because it needs 13. So I get pushed back 2, and I get poisoned. Alright. And then it's going to move as far away from everyone as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Next goes to Rook. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just go there for now. And then he'll spend 2 to a cast. I'll go ahead and empower it for now. And then take 3 as a result. Alright. Goes to Elifie. Spend 1 to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go here. We'll start with... we might as well start with the attacks first. Alright, auto misses. I have to make a conviction check. Alright, so she's also diseased. No big surprise there. Alright, it's just disease, right? Yeah, it's just disease. Alright, spend another 2 stamina to attack. 11, which is unfortunately a miss. And then I'll go ahead and do Gore Shot. Alright, 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 6 is 18. Alright, fails. It's going to take 2, and then another 4. Because she will take the extra damage. And that is it for her. Goes to Remy. She's going to fly. 1, 2... Actually, she doesn't need to fly. She'll move normally. 1, 2, 3. Make a jump. 4, 5, 6. Make another jump. Okay. And that is it for her. She's not going to do any additional things. Not this round, anyway. Goes to Nightingale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I have a shot. Unfortunately, I'm shooting through an ally and difficult terrain, so I essentially have -1 to my attack. But that's okay. I'm just going to do regular shots. Also, I could have swore I turned off hands. Thank you. Alright, so spend 2 stamina to shoot. 10 -1 is 9, which is a miss. Attack again. A miss. I'm going to go... Actually, I can switch that to highest result, and that will make it 13. So that is enough to hit using Kill the Messenger. So 13 versus 13 is base damage 0, +1 from Starburst, plus another 4 from the Devastatings, brings it up to 5, and then the Barbed Arrows adds another 6 for a total of 11. So 34. She'll go ahead and do the Infection, take an extra damage to reduce the cost of an attack by 1, and then spend that last stamina to do the attack. And misses. I'll do a Lightning Machine so I can attack again. And missed. So yeah, I have +1 to the attack because I haven't moved, but I'm shooting through difficult and an ally, which is -2. Ooh, I can re-roll actually, so let's re-roll that quiver. 13, 12, still a miss. Okay. That's fine, new round. Alright, goes to Remy. Alright, so Remy is going to go ahead and move. 1, 2. And attack. All of them are diseased, so it doesn't really matter if she misses. And she missed because of the skull. Alright. And 12 is a miss, unfortunately. Alright, and that's it for her. Goes to Rook. So we'll go ahead and cast and empower it using the Warhammer. Alright, 5 + 2 is 7, + 6 is 13. 13, it resists. And then we'll just do a regular cast. 3 + 6 is 9. Gets 9, exactly. Alright, that's it for him. Goes to Nightingale. She's not going to move. She's just going to shoot. So, regular shot. I'll re-roll the 3. Okay, well that's... Alright, I'll use a Lightning Machine to attack again. Alright, even with the bonuses I would still miss. Make one more attack. And missed. Okay. Good times. Alright, next is Elifie. Elifie is going to go ahead and do Gore Shot first. So 6 + 6 is 12. Alright. 2 damage and then another 4. She'll take the extra 2. Even though she's probably going to die soon. Alright, and then she's going to spend 2 to attack. Alright, 7, 14. So that's a hit. So it's going to be base damage 1. 2, 3, 4, 5 damage in total. Okay. And then she's going to go ahead and move. 2. I do have nimble, so I'll go ahead and dodge the break attack. Okay, so +2 to that. Okay, misses. I don't have a means to counter. Alright, so just stepping away so I don't get blasted off into space. Alright. And then it goes to... Oh, I did screw up the adjacent thing. I was supposed to still make a conviction check. Because it's not based off the hit, it's based on just being near it. So I'll go ahead and just make the conviction check. If I failed, I fell in the toad pit, and I'll just call it good. I actually made the conviction check. Okay, so never mind. She's not poisoned or knocked back or anything like that. So yeah, back when she was here, she actually did get pushed back no matter what, simply because of the way the effect works. Alright. Alright, that's it for Elifie. Goes to Zeke. Alright. He's going to go here and then jump across. +2 strength, +4 agility. That is just barely a pass. That was a 10 exactly. 1, 2, 3. And then he's going to go here and flank and make an attack. I get +1 because of flanking. I will go ahead and... I'm going to go ahead and use a fortune cookie and roll additional white die. Alright, so that brings it up to 14 in total, which is a hit. And then I do an additional 3 damage because of backstab, because I'm flanking. So let's see, we're at 14. It's going to do base 1 damage. Starburst is another 2. So that brings it up to 3 damage, 6 damage in total. Okay. And then if backstab was used, I can move 2 spaces without provoking a break attack as a follow-up. So he's just going to move back 1. Alright. Goes to Blighted Terror. Blighted Terror is going to go ahead and attack Remy, because she's the only one that's adjacent. Going to go ahead and use too many belts to dodge. Alright, got 1, so that's going to bring it up to 12 defense. And that's 15. Alright, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 7 damage. It's going to take 4 because of belt and armor, so 4 damage in total. And then I have to make a conviction to avoid the wilt. Alright, now you're wilted. Then I have to make a conviction to see if I get knocked back and poisoned. Alright, I am knocked back and poisoned because it's freaking force 13 for some reason. He gets to pick the direction, doesn't really matter. We'll go this way. And then add the poison on top. Oh, I forgot about Zeke's poison. Let me roll a purple die to represent the damage he took. He took 7. One more of those, he'll be dead. Also, I keep forgetting that, I should probably heal with him. Alright, he's going to now move to the farthest space away from opponents, which is going to be this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, new round. Alright, Elifie goes first. Alright, spending 1 stamina to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and make our attack. Misses. And then I feel like I did damage wrong in a certain spot, but I'm not going to go back at this point. Alright. But I apologize if I made a mistake. Gore shot. 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 6 is 14. 15, resist it. That's it for that. It goes to Blighted Terror. Blighted Terror is going to attack Elifie. Elifie will nimble dodge. Fails. 14. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 damage. Puts her at 33 out of 34. Then she needs to make a conviction to see if she gets knocked back in poison. Alright, knocked back in poison. So the next time it hits her turn, she just dies, unless I remove it. But the only person that can remove it is her, so it doesn't matter. 1, 2. Actually, it doesn't matter. 1, 2. Alright, that's it. And then it's going to move. Move to farther space from opponents. That's actually in the corner. So it's going to go ahead and jump. Okay, makes it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Next is Nightingale. Don't want to be in the center, but I don't have an option now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do not want to be with an SOI. Alright, so she'll go there. So 4 stamina from haste. Moves. Then she's going to go ahead and attack and empower it. Actually, she doesn't need to empower. She just needs to hit. Alright, 11's a miss. Follow up. 13's a hit. It's going to do 1 damage base. 3, 5. Actually, just 3 is fine. So unless I'm shooting through hindering. I think I'm shooting through hindering, actually. So this might actually miss. Yeah, it's going to miss. Unless I re-roll the 5. I'll re-roll the 5 and see if I get better. I do not. Okay, then she's going to go ahead and do the infection and do 1 more shot. And no point. It wouldn't be so bad if I can get a higher number and then a very low number. That way I can use Kill the Messenger, but I've been having no luck with that. It goes to Rook. Let's just go ahead and get him moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. That's it for that. Well, yeah, that's 7, 8, I guess. I can go there. I'm not gonna blitz my way to him. Can I? 1, 2. No, it'll be too annoying. Alright. It goes to Remy. Remy is poisoned. She takes 5, putting her at 30 damage out of 34. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not much you can do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I'll just have her stay in place. Alright, and then it goes to Zeke, who is also poisoned. And unfortunately, he is now dead. I should have used the heal sooner. That's my bad. I should have used the heal sooner. But now he's off the board. Okay. If I bring him back, he'll be back at 7. He does still have his tokens if I do want to revive him. New round. Okay, goes to Nightingale. Alright, well now she's off the board. She'll come back at 14 or 17 if I want to revive her. She'll still be poisoned and wilted though. Alright, goes to Nightingale. Nightingale will not move, so she'll at least get +1 to her attack. So that earlier attack would have at least hit then. I'll re-roll the white 2. And then I'll use Kill the Messenger on the other 2. Alright, so that's 15. Plus 1 for not moving, minus 1 for the hindering that's in the way, sort of. So 15, 2 damage base, 3, 4 from Starburst, and then plus 6 from arrows is enough to finish it off to 60. Alright, it is technically defeated, and you do get to draw a card. That was something I found was confirmed. Only if it says specifically that you don't draw a card, you still draw cards when defeating bosses. So 7 gold. And you may be thinking, oh wow, he just beat it. And I was like, nope, we're not done. Blighted Terror is defeated. Read the special encounter rule Terrorizer. Only read the following hidden text when instructed to. Do not continue to the current story round after reading the special encounter rule. If the Blighted Terror was defeated by moving into dangerous terrain, read hidden text A. Otherwise, read hidden text B. The creature grasped its side and lets out a scream. And in that moment, a small pustule exploded on its back, and the creature howls in pain. Its back splits open, and the creature begins to mutate into something bigger and meaner. It looks like the Blighted Terror has a second form. Reveal small and large cards BP2, and spawn the Blighted Brute mutated guardian on the space the Blighted Terror occupied. This stand-up is a 1/1 figure. Then replace the Blighted Guardian initiative card with the Blighted Brute initiative card. Then read the hidden text for the blue-red objective and the special encounter rule, the Slain. So, special encounter rule. Add the following win condition to the section below. The Blighted Brute is defeated. Technically, I guess you're not supposed to read the reward, but there it was. Anyway, well, it's all in the same block, so I guess it doesn't make it doesn't matter. It's a little weird that they should have probably separated those, to be honest. That's okay. BP2. And this is when we die, by the way. Now, there are kind of 2 ways you can defeat the Blighted Terror, and one of them only gives you a lesser reward. The route we're actually on now is actually the better reward, but it's also much harder. Alright, so here's our Blighted Guardian. There's his AI card, which has 80 hit points. We'll just put him over here for now. He has 4 movement, 0 armor, 2 green dice, same conviction. Every 2 shields is +3 physical. Any Starburst will do poison at force 11, which is a little weird. It's a bit strange that it's all force 11 instead of the force 13 that the Blighted Terror is. 13 defense, all that's the same. Has hulking resistance to ranged attacks, so you do only half damage with ranged attacks. Immunity to condemn. Hulking means you can't push them around. Very similar to a Earth Loa. When the Blighted Brute is dealt damage, a muck token is placed on each space adjacent opponents occupy. So essentially just gunk comes out of them when you hit them. Is there anyone within reach 2? Make an attack on each opponent within reach 2. All opponents hit get pushed to force 11, and then you continue to the otherwise step. Is there an opponent within SOI? Do a pull 4 on all opponents within SOI at force 11. Is there an opponent adjacent? Make a separate attack on each opponent, and then do the same thing as before. And then the otherwise thing is you move towards the farthest opponent, and then do pull 4 again, and then make attacks on all of them. Yeah, this boss is kind of ridiculous. Pretty much what had happened on my personal playthrough was I had him up here. I had my guys kind of situated over here. He stepped down to here, pulled everyone into pulled about half my party into pits. So, yeah, not a great thing. All right. By the way, we're not done. We still need to do. We need to do the blue-red objective. The horrible creature's transformation causes you to pause. A dangerous-looking ichor oozes from its sides and pools onto the floor of the cave. It lets out a battle cry that catches the attention of creatures somewhere deeper in the cavern, and to your dismay, 2 animates burst through the wall, causing an underground river nearby to come crashing into the large chamber and into the pits that dot the floor. Discard these tokens and then place tokens and figures according to diagram C, page 10. Then continue as normal. So, yeah. This would have been a little bit cleaner, but I misread my range. I wanted to actually keep the friggin' Blighted Terror up here and keep my guys kind of like around this area, but it just didn't happen. So yeah, this is the setup here. Pretty much you put tokens where the objectives were. That's a way to fix that. Alright, which one was... so that one's 2, so that one goes here. Nope, actually it goes right here. And then this one goes here. Alright, let's grab some water tiles and get to work. And they do have current, by the way. They all go towards pits. Okay. Lock, 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 and lock. And then down here, move this out of the way. Enough. Alright, and then 2 here. Yep, that does it. Okay, good enough. Alright, then we add the animates back to the initiative. It's still Nightingale's turn. For what good that's going to do. We'll go ahead and shoot. I'm just going to shoot the animate over here, even though it has 13 defense. It's not like I can do anything else. Actually, I can do down the masses. Yes, I can. I'll do down the masses. So down the masses, I can pick my targets. I'll just pick the animate that's near Elifie right now. Definite miss. Follow up with aligning machine. Definite miss. And then I'll shoot at the brute. Why not? Still a miss. Alright. Goes to animates first. Oh, I was supposed to replace that card, by the way. Not that it matters, but... there we go. Blighted Brute. Okay, animates. We'll start with the red one. There is an opponent with an SOI. So it's going to do darkness, prioritizing the person with the lowest conviction, which the only person that's in range, I believe, is just Elifie, because she's blocking the sight to Nightingale. So Elifie will make the check, not that it matters. And yeah, even with the casting die, like minimum I think you can do on a green die is like 4, so 10 force at least. So darkness, like so. Then it's going to make an attack on that same target. Surprisingly misses. Then it's going to make a move towards the nearest opponent. And then make another attack with an empower die. 11's a hit. She only has 10 defense because of darkness. It's going to do enough damage to kill her. There's no question on that. So she's been removed off the board. And that's it for... make another attack with the same range and damage type against the same target. So change the perdition, it's not going to matter. Alright. Then the other one is going to go 1, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Go right here. Yeah, move to be up to range 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So only target is Nightingale. Nightingale will dodge using the occult shirt. Fail. 13 minus 1 for difficult terrain is 12. It's a hit. So base damage is 1 plus another 2 from the shields, so 3 in total. Putting her at 12 out of 15. And then it's going to do Chains of Perdition. 12 again, which hits. It's going to do minus 1 is going to be 11, so 0, 1, 2, 4 damage at least, which is going to take her out. Alright, if she comes back, she'll be coming back at 7 HP. So I'll just mark her at that. Alright, and then it goes to Blighted Brute. So Blighted Brute is going to... there's no one within SOI, so it's just going to move towards farthest opponent. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Then it goes to Rook's turn. Rook is going to go ahead and use From the Grave and bring back Nightingale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and put her up here. Okay. Actually, I can technically put you right there. So I'll put her right there. She'll be right after Rook. And then we're going to fall back. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, new round. Here comes the long drawn out part as I struggle to survive. It goes to Rook's turn. We're going to take the stamina and just stay in place. Animates go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we know that one's in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, that one is stuck. Oh, actually, current. That should have been dragged over by 1. I messed that up. Yeah, after the kill, it would have been pulled up 1. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I can make it with jumps, so I'm going to attempt to do jumps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I can do it without jumps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So it's going to take a shot at Rook. Rook will go ahead and dodge using a stamina point. Actually, he doesn't need a stamina point. I forgot I have a defensive core. So 3, that brings his defense to 13. 13 exactly, so it hits. It's going to do 3 damage, or 2 physical damage. It's going to do, the armor's going to soak that part, but he's going to take 2 wilt damage. And then it's going to do a follow-up. Now I'll spend a stamina to dodge. So 14 in total. That's going to be more damage. I'm going to use once per encounter on the Fate engine and remove all the symbols from 9. So it's going to be 14. It's going to do 4 damage, which is going to be soaked by the armor, and then he's going to take 2 damage from the wilt. Alright, and then the other one is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has to make a jump to get in range. Okay. Actually, no, he doesn't. He can actually get to there without jumping. Alright, he'll go ahead and dodge using a stamina point. Alright, so he has 12 defense. Alright, and it misses. Okay. Goes to Blighted Brute. Blighted Brute is just going to move 4. That's it for his turn. Goes to Nightingale. Alright, she's in higher elevation, so she doesn't need to worry about Rook being in the way. And she is just going to just keep shooting and hope things go okay. Alright, so may as well do down the masses. She'll empower the shot against the red animate. Okay, misses completely. I'll go ahead and shoot again and empower it. Alright, that is 13-14 in total. So it does hit. It's going to do base 1 damage plus 2 because it has done damage this round. So 3 in total. 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to do 4 damage in total. Or actually, sorry. 14. So 1, 3, 4 from the Starburst. Fortunately, I didn't get enough shields. And then 8 in total. So I'll do 5 damage in total. Okay, now the second shot is against the other one. Misses, and I'll reroll the 3. Still misses. Alright, and then new round. Boop. Alright, goes to Animate. Animates are going to attempt to blast Rook with Darkness. Rook will roll this. Alright, 11 versus 11, so resist the first one. Make a ranged attack against an opponent prioritizing Darkness. It's just going to be targeting Rook. Rook will spend a stamina to dodge. So 4, so 14 in total. Misses, and then it's going to go ahead and move to be adjacent and attack the So there. Rook will attempt to dodge, spending a stamina point. Alright, 4, so 14. This will include an empower die because it's melee. 16. I'm just gonna pop this and take. Well, how much would it do? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would do 4. Yeah, I have to do it. So he's just gonna take 2 from the wilt and otherwise take no damage. All right. Then the other one's gonna go ahead and cast for Darkness. Roll to 7, so 13 in total. So now he's Darkness. So now he can't dodge. And he has a defense of 9. Alright. So that happened. Goes to... then it's going to go ahead and make a ranged attack on him. 14's a hit. It's going to do 5 damage base, which will be soaked by the armor. And then 5 damage in total because of the wilt. That brings him to 17. It's then going to do Chains of Perdition and attack again. As long as it hits, and it hits. Yeah, as long as it hits, it should be enough. Actually, it does go through an occupied square, so it's going to be -1 to the attack. So the second attack misses, but then he goes into melee. And then he attacks again, which also means the last attack only did 1 less. But 11... misses because of Skull. Okay. Rook is somehow alive. Alright, goes to Nightingale. Oh, also the heal 4, because the Eldritch animate got an action. So, 4 stamina. We're going to go ahead... Oh, actually, I forgot about the Brute. Brute's going to go... 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to do a pull on Rook. So, need to make the check for that. Alright. So this is pull 4. Rook does have 1 heavy, so it's going to be pull 3. And go 1, 2, 3. This is going to provoke break attacks from both of them. They've already used their power die, so it's just going to be regular attacks. Alright, that first break attack would kill Rook. So yeah, whenever you push and pull, you don't provoke break attacks from the person that does the push or pull, but it does provoke it from everyone else. This is also one way to get around things like elusive, because if you have somebody push the elusive guy, you can still get break attacks because it's not their movement. Alright. And that removes Rook. And now it's Nightingale's turn. Alright, so down the masses. I'll shoot... Actually, I'm not going to even bother shooting them. I'll shoot the Blighted Brute. It'll just be a regular shot. Actually, I'll empower it. Why not? May as well. Okay, well, that's disappointing. I am not going to take the +1 for not moving. Just letting you know. Alright, I'll use a lining machine and just do a regular shot. I'll re-roll the 4. Alright, doesn't matter. Alright, and then I'll use my last stamina to move to the corner. Alright, new round. Goes to Nightingale. Show let her stamina build up. Refresh stuff. And yeah, we'll just wait. Enemies can't jump up here. The Blighted Brute can, though. 2, 3, 4. Can't do any pulls. Nothing's in line of sight. New round. Alright, Nightingale. I'm not going to do anything this round. Blighted Brute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make my save to be pulled in closer. Alright, I get pulled in closer. Then going to make an attack at reach 2. Oh yeah, key thing here is the final attacks can only be done on things that haven't been dealt damage this turn. Anyway, I'm dodging, or using a cult shirt to dodge. I already know it missed, but it missed. I get a free counter, so I'm going to go ahead and counterattack. Or not, yeah, I get a free counter because of a cult shirt. So I'll go ahead and counterattack and empower it. Alright, that's a miss. I'll go ahead and follow up and counterattack again. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use Kill the Messenger to change this into an 8. So, 15, I haven't moved this round, so that's going to be 16 in total. Has 3 defense, so it's going to be 3 damage base. 4, 5. Not enough to get the extra 6, unfortunately, so 5 in total. Not used. Not 7, 9, 15, and then it's resistant, so it's just going to only take 7. And then we get a muck token. So the way I ended up beating this thing was I had Remy. I essentially had a melee character and a ranged character. I had the ranged character here, a melee here, and the Blighted Brute ended up being right here. And so even though, and since technically even with elevation difference, this is adjacent, it pretty much just meant the Brute just kind of sat there and just kept swinging on the tank while my archer just slowly whittled him down and tried to get poison applied to him. By the way, poison's a really good ability if you can get a hold of it. Alright. And that was it for the Brute. Goes to Animates. Animates can't do anything because they can't get line of sight. New round. Also, they would have healed the full at this point. Alright, Blighted Brute. Blighted Brute is in melee. It's going to go ahead and make an attack. Nightingale is going to go ahead and dodge. It's going to cost 2 instead of 1 because of the muck. So she is going to go ahead and attempt to dodge. Alright, 1. Versus 13. So it does hit. It's going to be base damage 1 and another 3 from the shields. So a total of 4 damage, putting her at 11. And then it's going to do push 2. Ultra pusher here. Okay. And then go to the otherwise AI step. It's going to pull everyone back. So I'll make the check again. And I get pulled back. It's not going to make an attack because it's already wounded me this turn. Alright, goes to Nightingale's turn. Nightingale gets all of her stamina. So the way Muck works is it only increases the cost of things that already have a cost. So anything that's free is free. Alright, so we'll go ahead and spend 3 to take a shot. We'll even empower it, why not? Alright, that is I haven't moved. So so it's gonna be 14. It's defense 13, so 1. It has done damage this round. Actually, it did 4 damage, didn't it? Yeah, it did 4 damage, so I can exhaust this and apply wilt to it. So you know what? I'm gonna say I did that, just to see if this is even remotely possible. This is the longest freaking one-on-one fight ever. Alright, so 14, base damage 1, plus 1 from Starburst, brings it to 2, plus 2 because it did damage to me, so it's 4 now. We have 5 shields, so that brings it up to 10 damage. 12 damage, 14 damage, 20 damage. That all gets halved to 10, and then it get plus 2 from Wilt, so a total of 12 damage. So, there you go. That's all she's going to do this round. Yeah, that's all I can really do this round. Alright. Animates are not going to do anything. New round. Alright, Blighted Brute is going to take a swing. I'm going to use a Cult Shirt to dodge. Okay, 3. I get plus 1 because of a Cult Shirt, so it brings it up to 15 defense. 11. That is a miss. I will go ahead and counter using the Aligning Machine, because that's its other ability. Take a shot. I'll re-roll the 4. Alright, 13, 14. So it does hit. Does 1, 2, and then 8, essentially. So it's going to do 4 damage, and then the Wilt will do another 2. Alright, the attack missed, but it doesn't matter because it still does the push. So then all opponents that are hit by the previous attack are pushed 4. Okay, so it's different from the other thing. So I don't get pushed. Then move towards farthest opponent. She's the only opponent. All opponents with an SOI get pulled, and then make a separate attack. So the pull doesn't matter because I'm already adjacent, but it will make another attack. I can't dodge. Still misses. Alright, goes to Nightingale's turn. She goes up to 5. I am not going to win this, but I'm going to try. I did promise I was going to use my abilities as best as possible. Alright. So I'll make my attack. It's going to cost 3. I could reduce it, but that would just kill me faster. And then I will empower it as well. Alright, 4-3. That's not going to do much. I would have to get a 2 or an 8 to actually hit with this. So I'll try. 7. Nope, not enough. Alright, Aligning Machine. So no one powered this time. 2 and a 6. I'll use a Kill the Messenger to change that 2 to an 8. So that brings it up to 15 because I haven't moved. So 2 damage base. Didn't do any wounds this time. And then 4, 6, 10. Half it for 5, plus 2 from Wilt, so 7 in total. I'm amazed that this is going as it is right now. These things are not going to do anything. I mean, technically they would move to like here, I think, maybe. No, actually they wouldn't even do that. Blighted Brute, going to take a swing. I will go ahead and dodge with the Cult Shirt. 4 plus 1, so total of 16 defense this time. Misses, I do get a free counter. I haven't moved, so that's 13 in total, so it does hit. It's going to do 0 damage base, +1 from star, +6 from arrow, so 7. You round down, so it's going to be 3 physical, and then +2 from wilt. Alright, and then it's going to pull me, and then attack again. I can't dodge. It misses. Alright, goes to Nightingale's turn. She goes up to full because of haste. Also, I'm just piling these exhaust tokens. I really should be just using the same ones over and over again. Alright, so spend 3 to attack. I will not empower. I'm just going to shoot. Okay, misses. I'll follow up shot. Alright, 14, 15. That's a hit. It's going to do base damage 2. 3 from the starburst. 5, 7, 13. So it's going to do 6. And 2 more from wilt. I honestly don't even want to win this fight. Like, I want to actually keep the bounty so I can keep going on it during story rounds, because beating it on the first try actually gives you less loot. But here we are. Alright. Okay, I go first. Literally same stuff. In fact, I'm just going to keep those there and just take the swing. So no empower, regular shot. I said no empower. Alright, kill the messenger on that to turn it to a 7, so 15 in total. So 2 damage base, 3 from starburst, 5, 7, 13. It's going to do 6, +2 from wilt. We're going to die. Like, we're going to get to the very end, and then we die. That's what's going to happen. I'm calling it. Now, if we do get close to the end, I will try to kill him. Like, I'll try to use I'll use the throwing knives and bottle blessings. Wait, I still haven't used our ability. I haven't used our freaking, I haven't used our ambitious yet. I haven't used it yet. It's tempting, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let him swing at me. I'm gonna go ahead and use a cult shirt to dodge. Alright, +1, so that's gonna be 15 in total. Alright, there's 16, that's gonna kill her. Unless I have a way of making a reroll happen. I might go ahead and start popping items. We'll see. How much damage is this gonna do? So it's 16. So I have 15 defense right now. So it's going to be 1 damage base. And then it's going to go up to 4. Which is going to be enough to kill her. I'll see if I survive the it's also going to do poison. So I'm just going to roll for the poison if it passes. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take the loss at this point. It's really tempting to keep going, because I did not expect to do 53 points of damage out of 80 against something that's resistant. But I think it's best I take the loss here. Holy cow. I'm going to have to make this a separate video. This is ridiculous. Yeah, but yeah, it would do 4 damage. Even if I survived it, the poison would take me out soon after. I could try re-rolling. But yeah, I mean, let's see what we would have been doing the next few rounds. I mean, I could have been doing another hit there. That would be a miss, and then a follow-up. It'll be close, but even if it missed, it would have gotten a follow-up attack. Yeah. I would have to re-roll this twice. Yeah, even if I had used the bottle blessings, I would not have survived. I would have been poisoned, and that would have been game over. There would have been no way of recovering from it. I mean, I could use the foaming cleanser, I guess, and try to survive that way. Oh, that's tempting, though. I could do it. I did roll the attack roll already for the second attack. Well, it wouldn't even do the second attack because it would just push away. Yeah, it would be a shame to let this end here. So you know what? I'll wait. So, well, no, it wouldn't work. well, I'm trying to do the math in my head. So if I popped a Bottle Blessing right now, I would be at 12 out of 15. And then it would all come down to whether the poison killed me immediately or not. Yeah, it'll come down whether or not the poison would kill me or not. And then after that, I would have to spend a round swapping gear and then doing the foaming cleanser. Yeah, it's just too much. Like, you did a good job, Nightingale. That was some props. That was impressive. So defeat is literally you just go back to the story round, and you get to keep everything we got, including this Hasten Core. So we got an 80 gold item. We made over 100 gold just from doing this. We got multiple consumables. We did use one consumable, just so we can actually stay alive for a bit longer and get a few more kills. Yeah, I was not expecting it to go that well. Was the requirement to kill all monsters? Nope, just the Blighted Brute. So yeah, if I had defeated the Blighted Brute, I would have gotten the reward. Now, I did mention, like in Discord to the developers and stuff, I was like, it's almost more. It seems like it's better just to lose, just so you can keep retrying and getting free loot. And he mentioned, like, you would be missing out on the final loot. I know what the final loot is, and I could safely tell you're better off just retrying over and over because it gives you more. It is a unique item that you can potentially get if you do it the hard way. But yeah, that was amazing. I did not. Like I said, I was expecting to lose this, and certainly we did. But I did not expect that one-on-one fight to go the way it did. If Nightingale had better armor and maybe something to deal with the poison if it happened, I think it would have been doable. Because unfortunately, there's not much you can do once you roll max die. So yeah, I'll clean up the board, do all that stuff. Next time we will take a brief look to see if there's anything worth shopping for. I mean, I think they deserve it. I think this group deserves a treat after what they went through. Overall, I was really impressed with the progress they made. I was not expecting it to go that well. And hopefully everyone was at least satisfied with that. Like I said, I did take a mulligan on the first encounter, simply because I literally did not... I just kind of just ran in and just let myself get wailed on, and which was not really... didn't really properly show what the encounter was, and the comments would have just been filled with people asking why I didn't use any of my heal tokens or my reses or any of my equipped item abilities. So I figured, I was like, you know what, we'll just take the mulligan, try again, do something that's a little bit more in line of what the party would actually do. I mean, part of it was just simply I hadn't played this party in so long that I didn't remember how it worked. We're just going to put these in here for now. Actually, we don't need to. Alright. But, yeah, like I said, overall, pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and call this a video. There'll probably be a break in the middle of this encounter. I was not expecting it to go this long. So, I am the Depressed Hero. This was Middara. See you guys next time.